So you're thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia, and your budget is $1 million or more. And that's exactly what we're gonna cover in this video. In case you're wondering what your money will buy, we're gonna take you around to a couple of different properties and a couple of in that price point north of $1 million, so you can get some insight into the market itself and a little bit of insights into the lifestyle, which I don't know if you can see around me, but these are pretty nice. And so stay tuned and we'll show you exactly where we're at, what we're doing, and we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Atlanta, Georgia, eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad, all that, well then subscribe below and ring the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Atlanta. I'm Denny.
I'm Jeff.
And we get calls each and every day from people just like you and you and you and you and you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week, next year, or anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned, if your budget's north of $1 million and you're wondering like, what will my money buy? That's what we're gonna cover in this video. We're gonna take you around to a couple of different properties in that price point and give you some insights into the lifestyle. Before we do that, we thought we'd tell you a little bit about where we are now, because there was a time where you could probably get into this neighborhood for less than $1 million, but that ship sailed
quite a while ago.
Yes, it did. So these are mostly, at least the single family homes are gonna be, you know, $1 million or more, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So we are in Vickery Village, and you're talking about each and every home was custom designed,
built.
Meticulous attention to detail, the highest quality craftsmanship that I've seen from builders. And if I had to say that there's a downside, it's because the lots are really small.
Yes.
For the most part.
On purpose, though.
Yes, they do. But if you're looking for that, like, you know, kind of Charleston style or walkable lifestyle where you're going to be close to your neighbors.
Right.
There's tennis.
This is it.
What is it? Tennis, swim,
fitness, shopping, dining, office space. You can run your own business from this place, or you can work from somebody else who's running their own business from this place.
Absolutely. So everything, if you want the ability to live without a car, or at least on a golf cart, you can do it here. We're right across the street from Polo Golf and Country Club. If that's kind of your thing, you can get a membership over there, even if you're not living in there. If you got $1 million and you want a bigger lot, you can go
across the Polo fields.
We'll show you those too. But there's everything that you can imagine right next to the highest quality elementary and middle schools there, right down the street, probably a short golf cart ride if you want to do that. Or the high school in this area is highly rated as well. Youth sports really great. So I'm gonna pan around and give you a shot of where we're at. We're in like a little green space area for the neighborhood, but check out some of these homes. Maybe we'll even throw in some B-roll just of driving through the neighborhood so you can get an idea of it. But let's go check out that first property on our list. Well, we're starting the $1 million and up and coming off with a bang. I'm gonna give you 2 for 1. We're still here in Vickery Village. I thought since I was here, I would show you a couple of the properties. Right here behind me, you have your typical, it's like a smaller, not tiny. This is one of the earlier phases. Some of the newest phases with brand new construction, their lots are a little bit smaller, and you could probably still get a home under $1 million on kind of the far side. But this is the original phase. The landscaping, the architecture, everything is custom, meticulous attention to detail. This particular property is listed at $1.2 million, 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom, and it's right at or just under 3,500 square feet. It's gonna be everything that you expect in that price point, from a design, materials perspective, a layout. It's really a fabulous home. But I wanted to kind of give you another perspective, because that I would consider, you know, not that there's anything typical to these high-end custom homes. Look at the neighbor. I mean, completely different design. Each and every one is unique. And I'll tell you a little bit more about Vickery while I walk over to this next property, which is right over there. I'll give you a sneak peek. You can't see it yet, but Vickery has shops, dining, restaurants, entertainment, commercial space. It's live, work, play. Most of the people spend a lot of their time in this community on golf carts unless they need to go out and away for something else. And outside of like that public space in Vickery Village, the residential area has 2 different ponds, fishing, walking trail, multiple playgrounds, fire pits, seating areas, tennis courts, basketball courts. Like there's literally nothing that you, your family would want to do that you can't do right here in Vickery. And while most of the homes have smaller lots and are closer together, this original section has a little bit larger lots. And this home that I'm going to show you is arguably the best lot in all of Vickery. And let me swing around. This is it right here. I'm going to walk around. Notice that there is the garage for this property right next to it. But other than that, in the back, you have all those trees. And then this is the front of the house. Beautiful house. This is kind of what it looks like down the road. But this is the front. This property, and here's your carriage house on top of a 4-car garage, but you have this green space, the woods beside it, behind it, and the only thing next to it is that one house. That's very rare here in Vickery that you would feel like you live, you know, in a more secluded space, almost a half an acre, 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, nearly 5,000 square feet of living space. This property is listed at $1.7 million. And the description is not even going to do it justice. This entire home and the entire carriage house, everything has been recently renovated from head to toe. So all of the colors, all of the materials, all of the design is absolutely stunning and perfect. I don't know if you can see this red door. I love that door, but the color choices, the materials, the craftsmanship, the attention to detail, second to none. This is an absolute fabulous property at 1.8 million. In the area, you could literally golf cart to the elementary or the middle school, youth soccer at polo fields. You could join the country club, private fitness center for the residents. They have One Life, which is another fitness franchise right across the street. You have access to the Big Creek Greenway. There's really, like I said, I can't say it enough. Let me show you this too. Man, that's a pretty home. I love this neighborhood. And you would too. On to the next one. So we're out here on a hot and sunny day in July in Cumming looking at $1 million homes, and I'm here in the Polo Golf and Country Club community in this nice quiet cul-de-sac. And this stop was kind of unexpected and special because, well, my best friend lives right there behind me. But as you can see, most of these homes were built in the 1980s, although there still are sections of Polo that they're still building homes. This is a highly sought after community. You do still have some homes that are below $1 million. Most of the properties are $1 million and up. Whether you want a golf course or not, there's, in addition to the country club, there's tennis, there's basketball, there's multiple playgrounds, there's access to the Big Creek Greenway, there's a thriving social life here in the community. I'm actually showing you, or going to be telling you about this property right here behind me, built in 1989, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and it's nearly 8,000 square feet. The thing about being built in 1989 is it does kind of show its age. It was the uber lap of luxury when it was built. It's still very, very nice. But if you're looking for modern 2022 design trends, you're not going to find it in there. So there is opportunity to improve it. It's listed at 1.4 million, again, nearly 8,000 square feet, puts it at just $187 a foot. And so you could put $150 a foot into it. That would be, you know, $1 million renovation. I don't know that it would support that level of investment. You do have multi-million-dollar properties in this neighborhood, and there's a lot going for it. Here's what I love about it. I mean, the curb appeal is absolutely stunning, as you can tell, but it sits right on the golf course. So behind those homes is the actual golf course. Behind this home is a huge open field where you know, all of the animals roam around. So you do have a lot of privacy and seclusion. In the back, you're gonna have multiple level, terrace level, multiple levels of outdoor entertainment. You're gonna have a pool, you're gonna have a jacuzzi. 8,000 square feet, there's not much you're not gonna have, from multiple kitchens, office, media room. It's all in there. But what I question is, you know, at $1.4 million, can you put another $1 million into it and justify that investment? I'd have to look a little harder at the numbers in the rest of the neighborhood to see if that makes sense. But at minimum, whether you have equity in it, you'll have the absolute perfect home that you got to design. So I'm not trying to discourage you. If your budget's 1.4 million, you can live in it just like it is. I just hope you like the design choices from, you know, 20 to 40 years ago. And it doesn't look bad. It's just, if you're looking for, you know, you can tell. They painted this white. The interior has been fully renovated, and it's gorgeous on design and current. Some of this neighborhood, you're gonna get some of it that's been updated and some of it hasn't. That's the cool thing about this neighborhood though. It's been sought after for literally 50 years, and that hasn't changed. You just have this ever evolving, it's like people and families move in, you know, the kids grow up, they get older, they move out, and the next generation moves right in, updates everything. And so you have this constant evolution of this neighborhood. It's one of our favorites. We love it, and that's a good representation, at least for a home of that size and scope, at 1.4 million. If that's your budget and you want it to already be perfect, move-in ready and everything done, it's probably just gonna be half the size and maybe not sitting on the golf course. On to the next one. All right, so this property right back here behind me, it's kind of, this is like the best view if I could get. I'm gonna walk down the street, but it's actually listed at 770,000. So why would I put it in the million and up video? Because, well, it's not worth 770, but it could be worth over $1 million. I'll explain what I mean. The other property I showed you that was like $1.4 million, 8,000 square feet. Like, by the time you put, you know, $500,000 to $1 million into the renovation, you're not going to be able to justify the investment. Like, there hasn't been, you know, a home in Polo sold for over $2 million. Now, having said all of that, this one is 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, built in 1989, and it's 6,700 square feet. It's not sitting on the golf course. It does have a pool in the backyard, but the pool is completely empty, the jacuzzi's empty, and so you're gonna need, you know, $50,000 to $100,000 just in the backyard to kind of get that pool back in the shape that it needs to be in. The irony of like 10 cars driving by at once with my car parked on the road, because nothing ever drives down the street and hasn't in the last 5 minutes that I've been here. But you're gonna need at least $100,000 on the outside. And then when you go spend $50 to $100 a foot, you know, you put $500,000 into it. Really, this home, even though it's listed at 770, probably, you know, needs to be another $100,000 to $200,000 cheaper. A nice $500,000 renovation, bring it up to 2022 design, not just cosmetically, but I'm sure there's some structural, mechanical stuff that needs to be addressed in there too. But if you're all in at $1 million to $1.2 million, you probably can justify that. Might have some equity, but you'd have an amazing property. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the, I have, you know, $1 million and I want it move-in ready. This is more like, you know, I want to try to build some equity into it. I want to make it my own. I want to pick out the color. I want to pick out the countertops. I want to do, you know, renovate or design the kitchens and bathrooms and really, you know, make my dream home, that's what that is. And so it's not really 770, it's more like $1 million and up here in Polo. The sun is shining. We're right back here in Vickery Village, and hopefully you got an idea of what your money will buy north of $1 million. If it is Vickery Village, you like that kind of European village.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why they call it a village.
That's exactly why they called it a village. They wanted to create an old world Mediterranean, very small, next to your neighbors type of environment.
So in the comments below, let us know, is it Vickery Village? Is it Polo Golf and Country Club? Is it more rural? Like, what exactly is your style? We appreciate all the viewers, but we like our subscribers just a little bit more. So if you haven't already, subscribe below and ring that bell for notification. Obviously, if you're moving, whether it's next week, next year, anytime in between, we'd love to be a resource. Just call, text, email, whatever's comfortable for you. Happy to help you make a smooth move. And until we see you in person, we'll see you on the next episode.